I gotta get involved here. And so there was a shift for me, and my parents always laugh at me because they know I moved here to be anonymous. And then when I started a business, I was like, I'm starting a business in a town of, 1,800 people, so I can't just be anonymous. And it was a shift for me. But I've been thinking a lot about this. I was talking to you, and you mentioned that, you moved here to be anonymous.
Absolutely.
And you have, like, I imagine you're in a place where you don't need to get involved. You can remain anonymous.
You're absolutely right. I came here to be anonymous, absolutely. And but a couple things. I think one was I was pretty burnt out from the corporate world.
Yeah.
And I think it took me, quite frankly, this long to kind of recharge a little bit. But yeah, I came here to be anonymous. But then I started seeing things that, quite frankly, reminded me of things that I saw in California in government. And I didn't come here to live in Montana. I came here to live in Montana, to be Montanan, to integrate with the conservative values and whatnot. And I was seeing some things that really bothered me.
What are some of those things? What's the shift you're seeing?
Well, I'll tell you, whether it's local government, whether it's state, federal government, I mean, there's things happening today that are pretty frustrating. I think frustrating to a lot of people, right? And so I look at, as I'm seeing things, and some of those things were, we live in such a small county, right? And I see things like with the COVID money. I'm sure you heard about that with what local government did with the COVID money. They gave money to the county. They gave money to themselves. Look, I'm not saying the county shouldn't get any. However, the priority should have been on the local people, right? Those people whose businesses were shut down, right? And nothing against the county. Their paychecks were never in jeopardy.
Yeah, they weren't being told
no,
to.
but
right,
the
exactly.
salons and different restaurants and all that were completely shut down, had no income coming in.
And for the county to give themselves money first, I think was totally backwards. I mean, the priority should have been on the people. The county could have got some, after the people who needed it most got that money, certainly. But that didn't happen, and I don't understand how that could even be remotely justified, rationalized in the least, and they tried to, and it was wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely wrong.
I know there were some efforts to fix that afterwards. I know that there was another round of giving after that where they tried to contact businesses and whatever. We were contacted. We just we do our own thing, and we looked at it. We were like, hey, you know what? COVID, there's been challenges for our business in COVID. Mm-hmm. But also because of the way our business is set up, the things that we used to view as vulnerabilities became assets. And so I can't really claim that
we never had to shut our doors. And so it wasn't like we didn't feel. I know there's businesses that never had to shut the doors that got money, and I just didn't understand. Like, I get everybody was having hard times, but neither here nor my opinion.
Yeah,
but
right, sure.
We passed on the next round where they actually contacted us because we were like, hey, honestly, like, we're okay. And we didn't lay anybody off because of COVID. In fact, we did give our people a week off in the very beginning when we thought we were going to be closed down. And then we sat back and we were like, what are we doing? We actually paid them for those days that they missed. We were like, hey, sorry, we don't know what's coming here and whatever. But our business did well during COVID because of the nature of our business. Whereas a lot of restaurants, a lot of things closed down. Yeah. But I feel like there was a panic at times, and there was people who took a hit, and there was people who took advantage in the private sector and in government.
Oh, absolutely. There was a lot of fear out there for sure.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people who capitalized off that fear. Yeah. I don't know how many of the PPP loans, businesses that were taking that didn't need that. There was a lot of corruption in a lot of areas, not just. Yeah. Anyway, I could go on about that. But
unfortunately, that's part of human nature. It's sad that people do that.
Thank you for watching this clip from the Big Fat Podcast. You can catch the whole episode on every major podcast platform. If you like seeing the video version of these, we post the podcast in its entirety on our YouTube page, Big Fat Lunchbox. Consider subscribing. Why? Because it will make you feel good. Hit the bell to be notified every time we release a new episode. And remember, your support makes this all possible. Whether it's breakfast burritos at the trailer or ordering sauce to be shipped directly to you from our website at bigfatlunchbox.com. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next episode.